Hey, what's going on, guys? How are your meatballs? With Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War potentially being officially revealed next week, which we will be explaining later on in the video, we today received the second part of presumably 7 of the COD 2020 Easter egg, in which will lead to this game's reveal. Now, I'm going to first start with a disclaimer, then briefly explain an update that went out yesterday for Pawntakespawn.com, as well as dive into the new stuff today and how it will lead into new info we will receive tomorrow and throughout the coming week, and which will again eventually lead to the game's reveal. So starting with the disclaimer, something I want to say very quickly though before we get into the video is that many people have been following false information, unintentionally though, because of leaked files that have been in Warzone for months. What I mean by this is that there are some documents related to the COD 2020 Easter egg that have been put out in the wild via leaks in Modern Warfare with some solutions found to integral COD 2020 reveal ciphers. However, the method of solving these ciphers in the documents has not yet been revealed from Activision or Treyarch. There may be specific wording or specific codes that we have to use in order to solve the ciphers. Therefore, the solutions that people have gotten via the leaks files, right, they're wrong, and this created false hype. It's not necessarily that the files are wrong, it was just that their method, their methodology, the way of going about solving the ciphers and the code and everything, it just couldn't be correct because it wasn't done under the correct context to keep it in the most basic way. So as we go throughout the video, I'll make clear what exactly was found today, what was meant to be found today, and what was also leaked and currently is useless because of the lack of official information. So diving into this, yesterday, Pawntakespawn.com, the official COD 2020 marketing website, was updated with a brand new link. This link was Pawntakespawn.com/tangledweb. When going to the address, you'll see this note which gives us important context onto the remainder of this COD 2020 Easter egg. It may seem to be like game related and a hint towards, November when the game comes out, but in fact, it is talking about the ongoing Easter egg hunt and speed of its progression for the reveal of the game. So they intentionally did release this note yesterday, one day before the real stuff started to take place, because they wanted to let us know that we will not be able to complete this whole Easter egg in one day or overnight, and in fact we will have to wait for more information to be released officially from Treyarch or Activision in order to proceed with any further steps from each other individual step. So for example, from step 1 to step 2, we had to wait from August 10th to 14th, and now you're going to see in a second from August 14th to 15th. But just to go on further about this, they even said in that letter, one quote is, "The plot unfolding is decades in the making. It will not be unraveled overnight. While some battles can be won swiftly, others will take days to unfold." They specifically stated that line because they knew that something like this would probably happen and would just conflict with leaked stuff and people thinking they solved leaked stuff, but they actually didn't. So they went out and they confirmed that before this stuff happened. And I think it's important to remember this right now and within the coming days. But anyways, at 11:45 a.m. EST today, August 14, 2020, an in-game update actually did go live for Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Despite various reports, nothing that we have actually noticed so far has changed. A lot of people think they've seen stuff change, but nothing really that we noticed so far has indeed changed. That being said, at 12 p.m., 15 minutes later, the second step of the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War viral marketing campaign Easter egg, such a lot to say in one sentence, that went live, and a new link was also created and pasted on the TV, just like yesterday with Pawntakespawn.com/tangledweb. This one instead linked us to Pawntakespawn.com/EMC2, and it's a page of two meanings. One, it's an update page for our daily progress, and two, it's a hint at what could be to come because the link itself is a reference to Einstein's energy formula. Energy equals mass times the speed of light constant, or E equals mc squared. Note that C is the constant given to the value of the speed of light, because again, that is a constant value instead of plugging in the number every single time. They use C, so it's energy equals mass times that constant for speed of light squared. But without getting too deep into it, I don't need to really explain to you what the formula means, because this is a formula that will be related to rockets, possibly another teaser, just saying, of what could be to come within Warzone. Just pointing that out. It is an energy formula, and that is heavily related to stuff of that sort, and we've been seeing and having some rumors and leaks of, some rockets, some stuff going down the Warzone map. That's all I'm saying. So it's very interesting they chose to name it EMC2 when there's a famous, very, very famous formula in physics, E equals mc squared. Just saying, it's not a coincidence. They're doing this intentionally. But also another thing I want to mention real quick is that, as I said, it's an update page, but not only is it an update page, but you'll notice later on that something actually changed on this update page. Now, at the time you're seeing this, I don't know if I'm going to have phase 1 and phase 2. I may only have phase 2 shown to you, but you'll see that there are different sections, and eventually this could lead us all the way down to the 19th or 20th of August, which could be the reveal date, and we're going to explain more in a second. But getting back into what was new today, back to the website, at 12 p.m. EST, a video also played at Pawntakespawn.com/TV, and of course it was heavily focused on the Cold War, and there were also some rockets in there. Although there was no fighting during the Cold War per se, it was just basically all talk. But I just want to point that out, that there were some rockets shown within the video on the screen, and although there was actually nothing too crazy going on in the video itself, if you want to look at it for yourself, you can even look at it right now. Go to Pawntakespawn.com/TV. You click on the tape labeled, whoops, I just slapped my desk, 1961 through 1962 V1. If you click that tape, it'll plug into the VCR and you'll be able to see it. And again, you'll be able to see JFK. You'll be able to get some background information about some of the stuff going on during the Cold War, again, just from 1961 to 1962. And that's that. And again, nothing too crazy went on during that or in the video itself. What actually happened, the cool stuff that happened during the playing of the video, not necessarily in the video. And I'm going to explain that in a second. And I'm not sure if this will always be up, but it was, again, just mainly informational. I'm just talking about this first video. But again, what was overplayed every couple of minutes over it, and even on the video player, is where the real Easter egg stuff lies. So again, it's Pawntakespawn.com/TV. The link will be down below in the description. All the links will be down below in the description. When you click on the video labeled V1 1961 through 1962, it'll play a video. But also what you'll notice is that there will be 3 numbers throughout the video that plays, and they're these Black Ops style numbers that you guys are used to, and you'll see that it pops up with 37, 25, 48 in that sequence. And those numbers all popped up again in that exact sequence throughout the playing of that video, just overlaid right over it. And you know, nothing like they had no connection to the video per se. They just showed up. Now, as of now, these numbers have not been used for anything yet, and we don't know what they're going to be used for yet, but it has to be noted for future Easter egg reference. Now to the really good stuff. A code also flashed on the video player stating WZH649285-163. And that may already seem very peculiar to you, and if you're thinking what I'm thinking, or what everyone thought when this happened, during the playtime of this actual video, when the 3 numbers, 37, 25, 48, and eventually the code on the VCR, WZH649285-163, when those flashed on the screen, well, it was pretty easy to make sense of the codes then, or at least the second code, the WZ code, because a Warzone in-game update actually went out, and that took us to make, again, a lot of sense out of the codes. It was a signal that we have to go into Warzone. That's what WZ stood for. Go to coordinates H6, which is farmland, and we can then use that code 49285-163 to enter into the keypad and get into the locked door. People tried it out, entered the room, like I said, to find some interesting documents laying around. Now, going back to the documents Treyarch released yesterday at Pawntakespawn, or the single document Treyarch released yesterday at Pawntakespawn.com/tangledweb, they essentially mentioned that we're going to need to be ready to dissect quote-unquote cipher signals and codes. We got some codes during the TV video on the website today, which is 37, 25, 48, and even, you know, the Warzone one as well. That can be considered a code. That led us into Warzone, once again, like I just said, and enabled us to see a bunch of other ciphers. Or how about this? Pun intended, it opened the door to a whole bunch of other ciphers and codes that we're going to have to look at, dissect, and see over the upcoming days. Because like I said, once we figured out that WZH649285-163 was a Warzone code, and we got into that room in Warzone, they noticed around that room, yes, all the documents in there were leaked, but they noticed the documents. There were plenty of people seeing this for the first time, and these are all part of what's to happen over the next few days. Again, this is going to tie back to where the leaked information kind of trickles over into the unofficial information territory. And this is just where stuff gets really sketchy, because again, the documentation in the new room has been leaked for a while, for I think a month or 2 now. As I stated before, some people even found solutions, again, as I said before, to some of the ciphers in the room, using some of the stuff around the room as well. There's a whole bunch of different pieces of paper and documents and ciphers around the room, but whatever whatever conclusions they came to, those solutions were clearly incorrect because of the lack of information they had. Again, I told you this 12 times throughout this video. What we do know though is that there are ciphers again that need to be solved. Although they were solved incorrectly, they still need to be solved now correctly, and they will eventually lead, I'm not exactly sure if this is going to be the ending point, but there will be one point in time in which we'll have to, it'll lead to phone numbers, and we'll have to actually call into these phone numbers. And it kind of sucks that this got leaked because this is really cool, and we'll most likely have to be getting something from this phone number again. However, due to the false information, a random guy, this is a major L, he got flooded with, I'm not even joking, a random ass guy got flooded with a shit ton of phone calls, and that sucks. Like, and that also goes to further prove that the ciphers and all this was incorrect because it was leaked information, it was leaked documentation. Somebody took it upon themselves to try to solve the stuff, and their methodology of solving it was incorrect because they didn't have the correct information or correct tools to solve the ciphers, which again led to the wrong phone numbers, led to somebody being spammed incorrectly, and threw the COD community into a little bit of a state of disaster. I'm not gonna lie, I've been seeing some stuff on Twitter. It's kind of stupid that people are arguing and getting mad at each other over this, but I feel them. Regardless, again, to give you guys a quick recap, once people, well, let's just finish off what I'm going to say and then I'll give you a quick recap. Once people started to take a step back and realize that the leaked documents aren't to be used yet, we acknowledge that we're going to have to wait for further details, as I just said, and we also noticed that Pawntakespawn.com/EMC2 got updated for a second time in the same day. This time, it crossed off day number one, and it unveiled a little bit of the second line reading 8/15 day 2, concluding, of course, it's a signal that day 1 is concluded, August 14th is done, and it paves the way for the next set of information to be released tomorrow, August 15, 2020. And now to give you a quick summary, at 12 p.m. EST, they released, and I'm going to also explain a little bit more, but a quick summary, at 12 p.m. EST, the link Pawntakespawn.com/EMC2 went live on the website. That basically told us that day 1 was underway. And also at Pawntakespawn.com/TV, there was a video that we can press on. It said V1 1961 through 1962. If we clicked on that video, it went inside the video player. It played a video on the TV that unveiled the numbers as the video was playing. Although the video was interesting, it had some JFK stuff. You know, although it was interesting, it was a black and white video, whatever. It had some rockets going on in there. It was more of a background informational video, and the really cool parts about it was the 3 times on which numbers flashed on the screen, which again were the Black Ops-esque, the Black Ops campaign style numbers that everybody gets excited when they see. The numbers 37, 25, 48 flashed on the screen. Bang! At this point in time, we have not yet used those numbers, but they are important to note. I have noted them. They will be used in the future most likely. And then, of course, the second thing, which was the main portion of the Easter egg today, was getting into the bunker in farmland by reading the code on the VCR that said WZH6492856163. When we combine all this information together, we have an informational video, 3 sets of numbers that we have nothing that do nothing, and then 1 code that led us into Warzone and paves the way for more ciphers, more codes, and more stuff to be unveiled as Treyarch and Activision unveil more hints and more Easter eggs, either in Warzone through more bunkers or through different maps in Black Ops 4, or even both. And then eventually, this will probably lead us, as I said, Pawntakespawn.com/EMC2 got updated a few times, or got updated twice today, and it's appearing that every single day from today we're gonna have a new video. I could be wrong. They could maybe do twice a week and really stretch this out. I doubt it, but considering that they go by the pattern that they've started, we had August 14th, then EMC2 now says August 15th, and I believe that would lead us all the way to August 19th as the final day. If we went one brand new teaser, one thing to hunt every single day, that will lead us into Wednesday, August 19, 2020, which could be the reveal and trailer day for the next COD, or we could even conclude the Easter egg on that day potentially. I'm not even saying that by this day it could be concluded. This could be, we could have 7 different steps, you know what I'm saying, to the first technical step of a bigger Easter egg, but I doubt it, my friends. I think this is going to be it. I think we're going to have 7 total steps here. It'll lead to the 19th or 20th, considering we do have one every single day, and then on the 19th or 20th, we should have a trailer for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Again, what I'm saying is not God's word. year, I don't know. This is just my assumption. This is me trying to pick up on patterns. But if anybody knows that this is a crazy year, it's not only myself, it's literally all of you guys sitting at home watching stuff unfold. It's 2020, my friends. If you want to find out more information as it breaks down, make sure you do drop a like on this video if you did enjoy it, as well as make sure you are subscribed to the channel again, so you don't miss any future videos. Or again, you can watch any other recap videos, whether it's Call of Duty multiplayer, campaign related, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War related, or anything zombies related, since this is a Call of Duty zombie channel where we make the absolute best guides on YouTube, and I update you guys on everything, especially zombies, Call of Duty related. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Take care of your meatballs, have a nice cup of coffee, and I'll see you later.
I've been wishing for some better days.